Live, 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 live.
Yeah, Ufa.
Yay! Yes, welcome, lovely Lauren. How are you?
I am doing well. Happy to be here, getting over that little COVID thing. But I'm here to heal and talk and be with the people. Let's go.
I love that. Me too. Me too. And today, our conversation is about releasing people, places, and things without guilt. So this episode is aptly called "Let That Hoe Go."
Let the hoe go.
Let that hoe go.
Release them.
Release. And it's relative to anything, any person, place, thing. It could be a partner, it could be a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a job,
Ooh.
it could be some bullshit thinking.
Oh yeah,
That
those beliefs will get you every time. We've talked about it, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of lack, all of that.
Yeah,
Let that hoe
yeah.
go.
Let that hoe go. Let that hoe go. Especially, when we get these self limiting beliefs that we believe so firmly in our heart, and they become true. They
Hmm.
just become true because we believe it. We start looking for it. Our reticular activation system and our brain is just on high alert to start finding those things.
Yes, our nervous system gets wired to the point where like nothing else feels safe. But that confirmation, I knew I was right. I knew this wasn't safe. I knew that I couldn't. I knew that
Right.
this person would do this. I knew,
Yes.
I knew, I knew.
I knew.
And we really have to rewire our nervous systems to feel safer in peace
Mhm. Absolutely.
and positivity, all of
Yes.
that.
Yes. And we need to reframe that comment, you already know, or I already know. That is that, unless it's something good, when you I already know something, it's almost like you're opening yourself up to that very thing. And so if you're gonna do an I already know, hopefully it's for things that are gonna be for your own benefit.
Mhm. And let's
Yes.
and let's be real, sometimes letting go feels like betrayal, but really it's an act of loyalty to ourselves. Like every day we wake up is an opportunity for us to change.
Yes. I love that, Lauren. You're right. Every day is a new day.
Hmm.
And we don't have to do what we did the previous day.
Hmm.
I think that's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm really trying to, and when I say like rewiring your nervous system to be safe or feel comfortable in the calm and not in the chaos, it's hard. Well, it can be hard. Maybe for some it's not, but for some of us who have always operated in this space of like, when's the other shoe going to drop?
Right.
Or like, it's a fantasy to feel like I can be happy most of the time or all of the time.
Or all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
especially in relationships, people expect there to be good times and bad times. What if bad times didn't have to happen?
What if the honeymoon never stopped?
Yeah, because we've been and I'll say it this way. You and I have been in a very, very close friendship for years. And I don't think we've ever had a fight. I don't recall that.
No.
And we don't
We
we don't always agree.
no.
And so why can't we have that in love relationships, romantic relationships?
I believe that we can. I think we just have to find that energy. Like you and I, we care about each other and we respect one another and we want the best and we like learn and grow and we can come and have a conversation about things and offer our perspectives and like and hear it And so for me, I think like in romantic, I'm able to do that with a lot of my friends. And romantic relationships, I have really tried to engage with that in partnership. And sometimes like it happens and other times it doesn't because that person, some people just want to be right
Mm,
or they want to win.
they want to win. Right.
And the thing is, like, why can't we both win in a
Yeah.
sense of like we win in understanding, in compassion, in relating,
Yes.
in like this is a team effort. We're not adversaries, we're teammates. And that's the part, that differs with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a really good point. Um, so let us dive in deeper. So thank you all live and those listening and replay. Today we're talking about letting go of what no longer serves us.
Let that
People,
hoe
places,
go.
things. Let that hoe go and do it without guilt or shame. Because that's really the hard part. Not feeling bad, not over analyzing and trying to figure all of that out.
That's right.
Yes. So let's talk about the weight of misaligned attachments. So when we talk about alignment, we're talking about relationships, environments, habits that really match our energy, our sense of peace, our sense of calm. So alignment really feels steady. It feels nourishing. It's relationships where you're seen, you're heard, and they're sustainable over the long haul. Misalignment, which differs, is when we're forcing ourselves into spaces or connections that drain us, that minimize us, that keep us second guessing ourselves. Think about it this way: alignment expands your breath, misalignment tightens your chest.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Feel it in your body.
You feel it in your body,
You
and
feel
your
it in your
body is a great indicator of everything. It's a
hmm
great indicator of your safety.
hmm
And for me, and I've talked about it in my book, Boundary Badass, emotional safety is critical to me. If I cannot be myself, if I can't speak my truth in the way I speak my truth, I'm not talking. You will get a muted Gigi. And that's because I don't feel safe.
And if you get a muted Gigi, you're missing out, man.
Exactly. And how often do we meet ourselves or play small or
Yeah.
or dim our light?
Yeah. I understand that. I feel like the times where I've really tried in certain situations, I get embraced for my light, but then I'm also told my light is too much. And I'm like, which one is it? Do you love my light or is it too much? So
Yeah,
then, yeah, when I start having to like dim certain parts of myself to the point where like I don't feel like me, then I'm like, why am I here?
exactly. 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 Yeah,
Wherever it is. Yeah.
I in my book Boundary Badass, I use the metaphor. The longer we carry what doesn't fit, the heavier the load gets. And at first,
Mm.
you can drag a mismatched relationship, a toxic friendship, a job, a habit that doesn't serve you. But over time, the weight builds. It slows down your steps. It bends your back. You see those people that are all bent over forward? It bends you down. It keeps you from moving forward and toward your joy. And oftentimes we don't even notice, because we've been carrying it so long and we carry it so well, we think it's a part of us. But we got to let that hoe go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. It reminds me of that Erica Badu song, Bag Lady.
Yes. Yes. Let down your bags.
Pack light.
Act light.
Yes.
Yes, let
And
that shit go.
and let's talk about how it ties to. So we've been over the last 6 weeks, we've been talking about mother father dynamics. And let's talk about the ties to early mother dynamics. Many of us learn this pattern early, especially if we had emotionally unavailable, critical, or even overbearing mothers. When love or approval felt conditional, if you had to be quiet enough, helpful enough, perfect enough just to get a smile or a hug, you learn to hold on. Like, I'm just going to hold on. You learn to cling to scraps, even when it didn't feel good. And that training carried on into our adulthood. And so we've learned to stay in misaligned jobs, relationships, and spaces because deep down we're still trying to earn love or prove we're worthy of staying, even when it's not serving us.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, and here's another, I'm so glad you brought that up because it's really important to recognize as children are developed, particularly between 0 and 7, their brains are in theta. They're taking everything in as that's the gospel truth about how to live. So
Hmm.
women and men who are out there in relationships that are not serving you, if you have kids, they're watching you. And they're saying, "Oh, this is how I relate with somebody else. It looks like that. It looks like it looks like dimming your light. It looks like, shutting down your voice." And then guess what? When they become adults, they do the exact same thing. It's like they just rewind the tape and then it's on. So,
Behavior is learned, and a lot of it is observed. A lot of it is
yes,
observed. It's not even taught, it's observed.
exactly.
So, you know, you're right. Kids are watching, and that can be a lot for parents to think about. But I remember being a kid and noticing things and seeing things and overhearing things, and that registering in my mind, like, oh. And sometimes even going, I don't like that, but is that how it works? I guess that's how it works. And then
Yeah,
imitating that
that part.
in relationship,
Yeah,
um, watching dynamics between my grandparents or other adult relationships and going, they don't seem happy, but I guess that's the norm.
yeah,
And then, being like, okay, well, how can I do different? How can I perform so that that's not my same thing? Not recognizing that performing doesn't make it any better.
exactly. 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 I
Hmm.
remember seeing with my mom and my dad, so my dad worked outside the house, my mom was inside the house, but she she watched a lot of infidelity, and it almost seemed like she accepted it, like I can't do anything any better. And then, he controlled the money. And, for me, I was like, I don't think I can do that. I can't let some man control my money like that.
Mm.
So growing up, I did exactly the opposite. I became, uber independent, buying my own shit, my own houses, my own cars. And but then, and so, such that he can't control me over money, but then they control me with other things until
Mm.
I get to a point of like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And even in, like, we were talking about friendships earlier, I mean, even in that, like, there's a lot of emotional ties there. How many times have you stayed in a friendship that was toxic because you were thinking like it's too hard to find another friend, or
Yeah.
they, like, I'm loyal, so if I
Yeah.
leave, if I say no thank you, then that makes me disloyal, all of those things. And I have to ask, like, where, to our audience, to our peeps out there, where in your life are you holding on because you're afraid to release? Like, does any of this resonate with you? Are you staying in a friendship, a relationship, a job, a
Mm.
mindset that's restricting you or limiting you or dimming your light? Like, where is that attachment? And
Yeah, yeah. And feel it in your body. Where
yes,
do you feel it? Where do you
yes.
feel it? I think that's a great question. We'd love to hear from you. Just write it in the comments below. Now, during these live sessions, it's difficult to navigate who's on and who's off. But Lauren and I, when we see them later, we respond. So please, if you're listening live or in replay, tell us just that. What are you ready to release? Where in your life are you holding on because you're afraid to release? And we say, let that hoe go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Now let's talk about resentment as as a frozen protest.
Mm.
And we call it that because it's your nervous system's way of saying something's not right here. And I don't feel safe enough to say it out loud. So instead of speaking, we swallow it down and it lands someplace in our body, usually, like in our chest or abdomen. And so instead of setting a boundary, we carry the anger. And that frozen energy becomes heavy. It gets stuck in our body. It might show up in our shoulders, our chest, or gut, but it's not weakness. It's a signal. It's the body's way of saying, hey, something's up, something's wrong. And so
It's
resentment tells us that there are some unmet needs or ruptured boundaries that need attention. Lauren.
it's almost like our inner child being like this. "Mm, I'm not okay with this." Even if our adult self keeps smiling, it's it's a signal that we're not enjoying this. This is not good for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, that protest, that frozen protest, I felt that. I've been in situations where literally I'm having a conversation or I'm somewhere and I'm just internally like, I don't want to be here, or this is stupid, or I hate it here. And really feeling that, then on the outside being like, uh,
Everything's fine.
everything's fine, I'm good, or this will pass. And then when it doesn't, really starting to build resentment
Yeah.
towards that person or that situation or that space. Um, really like work was a big one for me. Like showing up every day, being like, well, I'm here and I'm getting paid to be here. But in my mind being like, this is some this is some ish. And I hate it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's dive deeper into this idea about resentment because underneath resentment is often a core belief that love must be earned. And if we saw that in our 0 to 7 formation years, it resonates, with that thinking, what we saw. So we have every reason to believe that that is true. And that I only get cared for if I overgive. And as you talk about, Lauren, if you start performing, I got to overgive, I got to overdo, I got to overfunction, I got to overstay, over. I have to give and give and give. And that's why I love using belief updates in tapping, coaching, and when Lauren does the empowerment scripts, because we don't have to do that anymore. And we can release the belief that love must be earned. Love is available to us all just because we're here. But we often don't know that or really feel that in our life's purpose, in how we journey through this thing called life. So imagine the freedom of knowing you don't have to exhaust yourself just to be worthy, that you can simply be loved because you exist exactly as you are. What if that was true?
Let's rewire our nervous systems. And you and I have been putting that into practice. We just don't preach this, we practice it, right? So through tapping empowerment scripts, we have to tell ourselves every time that tightness, that restriction, that feeling comes up, we can counteract it by saying, I release the belief that love must be earned.
Yes. Yes. I
I
love that.
release the belief that love must be earned.
I release the belief that love must be earned. Yeah. That's exactly right. We have to do that. We have to stop ourselves in our tracks as soon as we have conscious awareness, go back to our body. Where do we feel it? And then just reorient, reframe that.
Yes,
Yes.
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 Reframing and reorienting, as you said, and and challenging that belief with something better, something that actually serves us, a belief that actually serves us, is how to start shifting your energy and rewiring your nervous system to operate from a place of calmness, of peace, of belonging, of safety.
Exactly. Yes. I love that. So let us get to some practical tools because we love our tools. And we're going to talk about one of them called the permission slip exercise. So this comes from the Boundary Badass book, a book I have written. It's available for $33.33. And one of those tools is called the permission slip exercise. It's simple and it's powerful. And it goes like this. You write yourself a literal permission slip, just like a teacher's note, but this time you're the authority. So, for example, I give myself permission to leave the party early, or I give myself permission to choose peace over pleasing. And you put it in writing. Because when you put it in writing, you're telling your nervous system, I don't need anyone else's approval to approve myself. I can do it.
I love this. That's beautiful because so many of us are waiting for permission, especially even as adults. Like I still am like, can you tell me I'm doing this right or that it's okay?
Yes,
I'm always kind of checking in with somebody thinking I need permission and we give ourselves our own permission. So when we write it down, we break that old cycle and we reclaim our power.
yes,
Yeah, I have permission to say no. I have
yes.
permission to go.
To go.
I have permission to love on myself and meet my own needs first.
Yeah, yes, yes. And we could do that.
I
And we don't
love
have,
that. I'm
I
gonna
do
start
too.
writing permission slips all the time. Like, you have permission to be like, nah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And then you write it and then you sign it and you sign it, giving it authority, your own authority.
I love that.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Uh,
now let's talk about emotional resonance and reparenting with kindness, Lauren.
when we reparent ourselves with kindness, we finally give ourselves the love that we've been chasing and performing for. For so many of us, love has been inconsistent. Maybe we've had to earn it. Maybe it's come with strings or it's been contractual in some way. So we grew up chasing it in partnership, in friendship, in workplaces, and even in our own to do lists, even in our hobbies and our own personal time with ourselves we have to perform. So reparenting means that we stop chasing and we start offering it to ourselves. We say to little Gigi, little Lauren, little audience members, I see you, I hear you, and I won't abandon you again. You're lovable without condition.
Yes, yes, yes. You're lovable without condition.
And I know it sounds silly, but really, like, we spend so much time with ourselves and we say so many unkind things to ourselves in a day. So how silly is it to just be kinder to yourselves? Like,
Yes,
really, a lot of people go, "Oh, that's a little," but why not?
right.
Why not recondition your beliefs and your self love? And when you see yourself as worthy, guess what? Things shift, different opportunities show up, people who reflect that worthiness start to appear. You're calling it in. You're calling it in whether you know it or not.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. As you change your beliefs, your outer experience changes too. People, places, and things start to connect with you very differently based upon your new belief.
You realign.
Realign.
You
Yes,
realign. When
yes,
we talked about misalignment, when you're
yes,
kinder to yourself, when you give yourself permission, when you open yourself up to better, to healthier, then you start to align with people, places, situations, feelings, experiences that reflect love and peace and safety.
yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Well, let us move to another healing modality. We're gonna do some emotional freedom tapping techniques, tapping. EFT, I like to think of it as a software update for your brain. Just like when our our phones or computers, they start to slow down or behave weird. Well, what do we do? We either restart that computer and or we'll request a software update with new
Mhm.
information. That's what tapping does. It replaces the old information with new information. And it's a great thing. So we're going to do a 2 round tapping on letting things go without guilt. Remember, let that hoe go.
Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Okay, so make sure you're safe, comfortable, and just do what I do and say what I say. Karate chop point. Even though I feel guilty letting go,
Even though I feel guilty letting go,
I choose to honor my peace.
I choose to honor my peace.
Even though I've been taught to hold on
Even though I've been taught to hold on
and make do,
and make do,
I'm learning it's safe to release.
I'm learning it's safe to release.
Even though part of me fears letting go,
Even though part of me fears letting go,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Excellent. Eyebrow point. This guilt feels so heavy.
This guilt feels so heavy.
Side of eye. I was taught to hold on.
I was taught to hold on.
Under eye. Letting go feels like betrayal.
Letting go feels like betrayal,
Under nose. But it also feels like relief.
but it also feels like relief.
Under mouth. I don't have to carry it all.
I don't have to carry it all.
Collarbone. It's safe to put this burden down.
It's safe to put this burden down.
3 inches below the armpit. Guilt is not love.
Guilt is not love.
Top of head. Releasing can be an act of love.
Releasing can be an act of love.
Release the tapping. We're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with an audible sigh of everything that is not peace and love. Eyebrow point. I give myself permission to release.
I give myself permission to release.
Side of eye. I honor what once was.
I honor what once was.
Under eye. I no longer need to stay small.
I no longer need to stay small.
Under nose. I choose peace over pleasing.
I choose peace over pleasing.
Under mouth. I trust my body's wisdom.
I trust my body's wisdom.
Collarbone. My worth is not up for debate.
My worth is not up for debate.
I don't have to prove anything,
I don't have to prove anything,
give you my rationale.
give you my rationale.
I'm good enough,
I'm good enough,
exactly as I am.
exactly as I am.
3 inches below the armpit. I can let go without guilt.
I can let go without guilt.
Top of head. I walk forward lighter and free.
I walk forward lighter and free.
Butterfly taps on your shoulder. I release the belief that love must be earned.
I release the belief that love must be earned.
I choose peace.
I choose peace.
I choose freedom.
I choose freedom.
I choose alignment.
I choose alignment.
Every day in every way,
Every day in every way.
my life gets better and better and better.
My life gets better and better and better.
Release the tapping. We're going to take one last deep conscious breath, inhaling through the nose, visualizing white, peaceful light. Exhaling with the mouth with an audible sigh, everything that is not peace and love. Excellent. Now keep your eyes closed while Lauren says the empowerment script.
Thank you, Gigi, for that great tapping. Okay. So we're going to let that hoe go and release people, places, and things without guilt. Take another cleansing breath in through your nose and release. So when we say let that hoe go, the title's playful, but here's the truth. Letting go isn't betrayal, it's loyalty to yourself. When people, places, or stories no longer serve, release becomes an act of courage and self worth. Alignment expands your breath, misalignment tightens your chest. We've all stayed too long in friendships, jobs, or habits, thinking endurance equals love. But the longer we carry what doesn't fit, the heavier it becomes. And for many of us, this comes from childhood. If love felt conditional, we learned to cling. As adults, that shows up in overgiving, overstaying, and second guessing. And I want to tell you this: resentment isn't weakness, it's a signal. A frozen protest from your body saying this isn't okay. Beneath it often lies the belief love must be earned. But the truth is, you are worthy simply because you exist. I'm going to say that one more time. You are worthy simply because you exist. So we are going to use a practical shift and give ourselves permission. Write yourself a note. I give myself permission to choose peace over pleasing. I give myself permission to walk away. It's simple, but it breaks the cycle of waiting for someone else to approve your freedom. Take another deep breath in and release. Hold this in your heart. Guilt is not love. Endurance is not connection. Letting go can be the most radical act of self love for yourself. Let that hoe go. And when release feels scary, repeat to yourself, I choose peace. Okay.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that I got a lot of peace off of that. So let's recap and remember that letting go does not have to involve guilt, and it's an act of love, an act of self-love. And so lean into that. And we're going to invite our listeners to journal this this prompt. Where am I carrying what no longer belongs to me? And what would it feel like to release it?
I'd like to offer some more homework for our audience too.
Yes,
Write yourself a permission slip.
yes,
Yes. And then
yes.
share with us what you allowed yourself or gave yourself permission to do. We'd love to hear.
Yeah, we'd love to hear. Yes. Yeah, please share it in the comments. You know, what are you giving yourself permission to do? What are you going to give yourself permission to do today, lovely Lauren?
I'm going to give myself permission to rest.
Good, good,
Yes.
good.
Yes. And you, Dr. Gigi?
I'm going to give myself permission to laugh. So I'm going to listen to some sort of comedy and I'm going to do one of those big, wide gut laughs.
Ooh, I love
Yes,
that.
yes, yes,
I love
yes,
that.
yes. Thank you, thank you. So, lovely Lauren, how can people get in touch with you?
Oh my gosh, this is exciting. I have a landing page, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's the behaviorcollective.net. And you can reach me there for sound healing experiences, card readings, and some empowerment coaching. So I'd be happy one on one to just talk with you about how you're trying to regulate your nervous system and help you create some goals and empower you to take on that task with support. So please find me there. You can also find me at Lauren at tappingwithdrgg.com as well. And messages on Facebook or YouTube, you can find me there as well.
Yes. You know, I apologize. I was a little late on the draw here, but I wanted to share your site.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, I was a little late. It's coming. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Behaviorcollective.net.
Yes. Yes. You can come to reclaim your joy, restore your energy, and remember who you are. So lovely Lauren is here with her suite of products and services. There's lots of ways you can um, consume her sound healing, her empowerment scripts, coaching. She's a great coach. I've been coached quite a bit.
Oh, thank
She's a
you.
prolific card reader. She's got lots of different specials that she can offer. And so many women love her work. I know I do. And there's a place on behaviorcollective.net where you can just leave a lovely Lauren a note.
I'm looking forward to hearing from you all. And I want to say a special thank you to Gigi for really supporting me through this journey. Um, I just got lost in the perfectionism of it all and being stuck in my own cycles of not thinking or thinking I'm not ready or I'm not worthy. And so, again, we're doing the work here with you guys, and we want to empower you to see yourselves and be courageous, to feel worthy, and be certain that you have purpose in everything that you do. So, thank you, Gigi, for this. I'm really excited and just um, and grateful. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. And to share a little bit about some other ways to dive deeper, if you are experiencing some self-sabotage, if you're experiencing a financial system situation that is just not in alignment with your desires, if you want to make more money and you're just seeing money just flit through your fingers, we have an opportunity for you. You can rewrite your money story in just 4 weeks through some guided tapping sessions, journaling, and really looking inwardly about our limiting beliefs about money. Often we have a lot of money issues that prevent uh, the level of wealth that we really desire. So if you are interested in improving your relationship with money, increasing your money, take this class. It really will help. For those of you that are interested in eliminating any destructive patterns, any addictions, it could be to people, places, and things, it could be to people pleasing, perfectionism, um, substances. Join us in tapping into recovery every Tuesday morning from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. The link is below. And sisters and brothers, stop sitting on your gifts. I want to provide you an opportunity to get out there, get your products and services out there. I have a landing page special for $197, and you can get your talents and gifts out there for the world to see and purchase from you. So the link for that is below. We've got a flash sale at AfroLink Media, wonderful educational site cards, cards on sight words, affirmations, colors, alphabets, numbers. We have cards that will teach you Swahili. We have cards that are translated in Spanish. Go to afrolinkmedia.com and you could see all of the cards that we have available. And last but not least, I've spoken about my book, Boundary Badass, many times, and some of our activities like creating a permission slip, come from the Boundary Badass process. So you can get your copy for $33.33, and you can learn to say no without feeling guilty. And this is something that you can apply in your personal life, in your professional life. Yes, you can say no to your boss. You can do that, and it's easy. Personal, professional, your spiritual life as well. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. And that's one of the tenets of this book. So that is enough of the sharing. I hope you're able to join us next week for actually the last of our mother and father wound. We're going to reclaim our purpose, reclaim our divine masculine and our divine feminine. So we're going to finish up that series next week. But we want to thank you for joining us. And um, if this platform resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Share with others. Lauren, do you have any parting words?
I hope that everyone gives themselves permission to be more loving, kind, and courageous. So send in love, send in peace, sending empowerment to all. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of CFP.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.